Hey there, Star Wars fans. The Mandalorian here with another entry in the Hyperspace Database, the show that highlights the cool things in Star Wars you wish you knew more about. Today's topic, the I-7 Howlrunner. The I-7 Howlrunner was a short-range attack starfighter developed by the Incom Corporation for the Empire during the Galactic Civil War. The I-7 Howlrunner was a small, short-range fighter that was aerodynamic and fast, outperforming the standard TIE fighter in maneuverability in space and in atmosphere, as well as being faster than the Rebel X-Wing starfighter, though not as fast as the TIE Interceptor. Incom developed the craft with easy controls, but only experienced pilots could master the nuances of the ship. Unlike most Imperial craft, the Howlrunner possessed deflector shields, and because of the size and lowered profile of the ship, it was much harder to hit than the standard TIE fighter. While these benefits seem incredible, the Howlrunner was not heavily armed, and the Empire relied on sheer numbers to overwhelm enemy forces, much like with other Imperial fighters. The ship was originally designed by Joe Useley, and was named after the wild Howlrunners of Kamar, which hunted with superior speed and agility. Interestingly, the Howlrunner was the first ship designed by Incom after rogue members of its design team gave the Rebel Alliance the designs to the famous X-Wing starfighter. The ship was seen as an attempt by Incom to redirect attention from the traitorous defectors in their X-Wing design to something new and superior to what the Rebels had acquired. Unfortunately, this did not go over very well with most Imperial officers, as the defection was widely known, and faith in Incom had dropped significantly after this point. The Howlrunners took some heavy criticism because of this action, and most of the ships were assigned to older ships and bases where they weren't used as often as other craft. They were more relegated to Imperial officers and personal squadrons, as evidenced when the Imperial-turned-Jedi Cam Solusar defected to the Jedi Order, and brought a custom two-seat variant Howlrunner with him. While the Howlrunner was not very exceptional at combat, the craft served very well as a reconnaissance vehicle, and its superior speed and maneuverability was a welcome addition to remote Imperial bases, where the newest craft available were old, out-of-date TIE fighters. While the Howlrunner was developed during the Galactic Civil War for use by the Empire, it saw little action during that conflict. However, after the events of Return of the Jedi, the majority of the Imperial TIE fighters were destroyed, and the remaining Imperial starship factories were captured by enemy forces, which meant that the remaining Imperials had to make use of the craft they had available. The Howlrunner saw much action after this point by the warring members of the Imperial Remnant, and was even used during the Yuuzhan Vong War by many different factions, including the Jedi Order, with a ragtag squadron called the Wild Knights. The Howlrunner was also used by the Corellian Defense Force as late as 40 years after the Battle of Yavin during the Second Galactic Civil War, in which they fought against the Galactic Alliance for independent control of the Corellian system. While the I-7 Howlrunner was not a very popular Imperial fighter initially, the craft found new purpose as a fast and agile scout vehicle, and was used by multiple factions many years later for its commendable speed, agility, and advanced maneuverability. And that about wraps up this episode, but stick around to the end for some secret trivia. Did you like it? Be sure to check out my other videos as well, hit those like and subscribe buttons and the little bell to be notified every time I publish a new video. Be sure to select all notifications and check out my social media for more news and channel updates. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we will see you next time.